If you want a camera that can pretty much do everything related to photography and video work, this camera is over 3 years old and is still one of the best options around. Let's talk about it.
You gotta just press record.
So this little camera right here is the Sony A7IV, and we've talked about it at Think Media a few times on the channel, but there are just so many great cameras out there that we like to review that it feels like we haven't really had the chance to let this camera shine on the channel very much. And with rumors of the A7V coming out maybe this year, should you wait to see what happens with that camera release or just pick up a Sony A7IV this year? Well, in this video, let's talk about 10 reasons why we think this is still an awesome choice for content creators. So first and foremost, the video features of this camera are really, really good. I've actually compared this to the brand new Sony A1 Mark II in terms of video performance, and I was shocked at how well the A7IV stacked up to the flagship A1 Mark II. You do get 4K video up to 60 frames per second. When you shoot at 60 frames per second in 4K though, you do get a crop that happens to your image just to help with heat management and performance. For a lot of people, that might not be a huge deal, but it is something you want to know. And you also get 10-bit color at 422. So this is great for professional color grading, or even if you don't color grade your footage and you want the best possible colors out of your camera, that's really going to help get better colors. Now, besides video performance, the photo quality of the Sony A7IV is so great. One of my favorite things to do with the A7IV is just to take it out and take photos, whether it's just like being outside in nature with my family, or even taking it to shoot a concert or a wedding. Really just anything at all. I have always loved my experience of shooting photos with this camera. Lately, a lot of my photography work has been more client related, and I honestly have zero hesitation reaching for my A7IV over my flagship Sony A1 if I need to. It really is just that good at taking photos. The colors look great, focusing is really fast, which we'll talk about a little bit more later, and overall, this is just a great hybrid photo and video camera. Now let's talk about the Sony A7IV's image sensor. So this was a brand new sensor at the time. It's a 33 megapixel sensor, which is gonna give you a ton of detail for photography, and it's gonna give you really sharp video quality as well. And it's a full frame sensor. So it's a larger sensor that's gonna give you better depth of field than an APS-C camera. So things are gonna look a little bit more blurry in the background, and you're gonna get great subject separation if that's something you want. And the sensor was an upgraded sensor to the Sony A7III sensor at the time, which was only a 24 megapixel sensor, and it was using the older 8-bit color science out of those Sony cameras. So overall, a huge upgrade to sensor performance in the A7IV over the A7III. With that updated sensor also comes really great low light performance. And despite this camera not being like an A7S series camera, so those S series cameras stand for sensitivity or sensitive, and they mean they're more sensitive to light and they're better at low light image performance. But honestly, the Sony A7IV handles low light surprisingly well, and really all of Sony's cameras actually are known for pretty good low light performance. But I'm honestly shocked at how well the low light images look with the A7IV. I'll take this thing to shoot weddings, and when we're out on a dance floor, when it's dark outside, this thing honestly still can hold up and get great images despite poor lighting. So if you're somebody who shoots in low light conditions a lot, the A7IV is still going to do a great job. The A7IV also features a fully articulating flip out screen. So that's going to be really helpful for, first and foremost, YouTube talking head style videos. I love filming on a camera. Like right now, I'm actually filming on the FX30, and it's got the flip out screen. So I'm able to view myself right now as I'm recording and make sure my composition looks correct without needing to run my camera into an external monitor to view my camera feed. This flip screen is also a really underrated feature for photography, especially when shooting vertical photos a little bit lower to the ground. I hate that on my flagship Sony A1. They just put a little tilty screen on it so it doesn't actually flip out. And they did fix this in the Mark II, by the way, but the A1, the original A1 doesn't have that. And it's very difficult to get vertical images that are a little bit lower to the ground. But with the A7IV, you can flip that screen vertically to shoot vertical photos, and it helps a ton. I also love the size and the build quality of the Sony A7IV. And if you're a fan of just the standard A7 design in general, this is a great iteration that just looks and feels really good. It's got a larger grip, so it feels a lot better in the hand than the Sony A7III did. And also the viewfinder is actually in the center of the camera rather than off to one side like some of Sony's more compact cameras, like their A7C II, which is a very similar camera to this camera in a lot of ways. But the viewfinder is off to the side, which a lot of people don't necessarily prefer. And I know for me, I like when that viewfinder is centered up with the camera body. There's also weather sealing with this camera if you're somebody who shoots outdoors a lot and you need to make sure that your camera's not going to break if you take it out in the rain or into a dusty or sandy environment or something. It's going to be able to withstand some of those more challenging weather environments. Now, the autofocus and autofocus tracking with this camera are outstanding. I remember the first time I picked up my A7IV, it came in the mail, and I was really curious, how good is this autofocus? Is it going to be in line with my A7S III and my A1? And oh my goodness, it was amazing. And while this technically is not Sony's fastest autofocus system that they've ever made, it's insane what this camera can do in terms of focusing when you compare it to some of Sony's top of the line cameras like the A9 III or the A1 and others. Those cameras cost 2 to 3 times more than the A7 IV, and the A7 IV still has comparable autofocus performance for both video and photo results. Now, if you shoot bird photography or wildlife or professional sports, then sure, you could use the upgraded autofocus performance systems of those higher end bodies, but for most creators, this autofocus system is more than capable for all of your shooting needs. Now, the A7 IV also features dual SD card slots, so if you like peace of mind when shooting, then having that additional card slot for backup recording is really essential. And right now, there's actually only one APS-C Sony camera, that's their crop sensor cameras, that feature 2 card slots, and that camera is the FX30. But when you step up to Sony's full-frame mirrorless cameras, you get way more options for dual slot recording, and the A7 IV is the most budget-friendly full-frame camera that Sony makes right now to support that 2 card slots. So when you have those 2 card slots, you're able to either treat that as a redundancy backup, so you can record the exact same file to both of those card slots in case one of your cards fails for some reason, or you can use that second card slot for overflow shooting. So if you're recording content or shooting photos and you don't want to have to swap your SD cards, you can just automatically set the camera to overflow to the second card as your first card fills up. Speaking of recording, the Sony A7 IV also has no record limit. So unlike its predecessor, the Sony A7 III, that camera had a 30-minute record limit for video. So every time you got to like 29 minutes, you'd be watching the clock, you'd be like, oh my goodness, I gotta hit end. If you were working with a client or if you're recording a talking head video like this, you know, 29 minutes, you gotta hit record and restart the camera. It's kind of an awful thing, but the A7 IV does not have that record limit. So for you podcasters out there, people who make long form YouTube videos or live streaming, this is gonna be super helpful to never have to worry about that recording limit. Now, speaking of live streaming, the Sony A7 IV has a lot of great live streaming features for creators, including USB-C streaming. But really, this is only good if you want to stream in 1080p video, which is fine for most people. But the 4K USB streaming feature is limited to 15 frames per second, which is super odd. That's not really a usable frame rate. I don't know why they limit it like this. If you do want to stream in 4K, you'll want to grab an HDMI capture card and then run that into your computer and connect your camera to that capture card. And then that will work great for streaming in 4K. Now, you can also grab a dummy battery for live streaming, and that's going to help with heat. And this camera doesn't overheat too often, but in 4K at some of the higher frame rates, it can be an issue. So ideally, when you're live streaming or recording a long podcast, you can use a dummy battery to move some of that heat away from the internals of the camera and then move that to an external power source. We'll link a couple of those options down in the description below. And the 10th and final reason why this camera is a great choice is the overall price, as well as the asset depreciation that's already happened for the A7 IV. So even though this camera says it's $2,500 new, it's often on sale. And actually right now it's on sale for $2,198. So that's a pretty great price for a brand new full frame camera that gets such great results. So whether you pick up a brand new A7 IV or a used A7 IV for a couple grand, it is going to hold its value pretty well over the next few years. And this camera is also considered to be like current gen. It's not some of the older generations of Sony cameras with the older sensors and the older color science. It's got the brand new menu system. It's got good colors. It's got an updated sensor. So this thing's going to hold its value for a long time. So as you can see, the Sony A7 IV is a great camera for video and content creators. If you want to check out some high quality lenses that pair well with a camera like this, or any Sony camera for that matter, you can check out this video right here on screen, and we'll see you in the next video.